What up, everybody? It's your boy Jody Sosa, man. Tuning in for another podcast, another episode, man. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. Sorry, it's been a minute, man. I had to take a vacation. You know what I'm saying? That's short for vacation. I had to go hang out with some people, man, and spend some time, get away. So I was on vacation, so I didn't drop anything for the last, I think, 2 weeks. So I took a week off. I had went with some good, loving people to Kissimmee, and we just kicked back, relaxed, ate, had some good food, good energy, and just peaceful thoughts, and just really had to get away, especially with a lot of things going on in the world. I just want to take time out and just make time for yourself and stuff like that. So if you just going out, straight to work and home, take time to treat yourself and just give yourself some peace of mind. That's what I had to do. Just get out, go, just relax, and like I said, be around some good people, great people, and just get back and relax, because there's just a lot going on in the gym. Work, no play. You've been and drove it so crazy. So that was something I did, on my vacation and stuff like that. And I want to give a big shout out to my homeboy Matt. He finally locked it in. He got married, so I want to give a big shout out to Matt and Misty Miller. They finally took that next step and jumped that broom. And I want to tell them I'm proud of them. And keep going. That's the start of something new. That's what the work started in, big bro. You hear me? So appreciate you for tuning in as well. So that's what I've been up to. So today's episode, man, we are going to talk about something I know half y'all niggas going to be like, oh, hell nah, turn this shit off. We're going to be talking about cheating. Cheating, folks. Yes, that's what we finna talk about. Cheating, cheaters, infidelity. So, if you ain't trying to hear about that, you probably at home right now. Your girl probably listening to this. She like, oh, they talking about cheating. Like, baby, turn that shit off. That bullshit, man. Nobody trying to hear all that, man. Go on somewhere with that, man. We just made up. Shoot, the roses ain't even dead yet. But nah, we talking about cheating, man. We just want to know, like, I don't know. I'm gonna see who I'm gonna get on here today. I'm gonna get my homegirl Shawn, man. I'm gonna get a good friend Shawn on here, and I'm gonna see if she can, open her mind and just, break down cheating for a player. See, what's cheating, what you consider cheating. Is cheating like, the end all be all for you guys? You know what I'm saying? If somebody cheat, can you take them back? Can you not take them back? What is cheating? Because cheating can be issues. You might see text message or something that might be, that might be enough for you, So we gonna get her on the mic and stuff, man, just see what her thoughts and stuff is. That'll be my guest for today, and we gonna see what's up with that. I appreciate you guys for listening and tuning in like always, man. So we gonna get to this call, and we gonna vibe out and just have a good conversation about infidelity and stuff like that. It's no bashing men, no bashing women. We just gonna, just share our thoughts and stuff like always, man. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. I love you guys. Be safe out there, man. Wash your hands, sanitize. I always tell y'all that. And we gonna get to this caller, man. All right, everybody. Hey, how y'all doing? Today we have a guest. Her name is Shawn from the West. Nah, let me stop. What how you doing, girl?
Hey.
But now we have Shawn on the mic today. This is my guest, you guys. So she's gonna be helping me. We're just gonna be talking about some stuff, sharing opinions. I feel like she's a very good, opinionated person, and always see some truth in everything.
Oh my God, you'll stop mocking me with that.
But it's true.
Go ahead.
Alright, I do feel like you like that. We know what I mean. But anyway, so today's episode we talking about is cheating. Okay? You ready for that?
Mm-hmm.
You ready? Number one, I'm gonna ask you a question, and I'm gonna answer mine too. Have you ever cheated on anybody before?
To be honest, no, but I've been tempted.
Oh, okay. I've been a cheater before.
I was a
whole hoe. I'm not even gonna lie.
I heard stories.
Yeah, man, don't be saying that, man. Man, people listening. So my mama listen to this.
You just admitted it.
I know, but I just said a whole. You can't be talking about stories now. I mean, she gonna ask me about these stories and stuff. She gonna be like, was that the red one or the black one? I can't.
You wanted. Okay, go ahead.
Nah. Anyway. Oh my God. So okay. So cheating. So number one, what's your definition of cheating?
Right. Okay. To be honest, just any interest.
Wait, hold on. Matter of fact, wait, you got Google next to you?
Oh Lord. Okay. Okay.
We're gonna Google cheating. We're gonna start off with Google and cheating. Google cheating real quick.
No, because first we should say our opinions, and then we should say what the true definition is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go on then, director.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
No, okay. I think cheating is any type of interest in. I'm not gonna say the opposite sex because clearly people go for the same sex.
Yeah.
We don't. But no, I guess any interest in someone else and acting upon it. Because I mean, like, let's just be normal. People can catch a little feelings for someone here and there and not even realize it till it's too late. But it's when you act upon it that it becomes a problem. I feel like any act upon feeling. So what is your definition?
You smashing somebody. Let me stop. I I agree too. Kind of like that. Mine's kind of the same thing. Like if you act upon feeling that you have towards intimate feeling you have towards somebody else in any way, then I feel like that's cheating in a sense. It might not be like the highest level, but it's some form of cheating. So I'm kind of in the same boat you is.
Okay. Well, according to Wikipedia,
Yeah, talk to me.
they got fancy and changed the word to infidelity altogether.
Oh yeah, same shit, different name.
Yeah, but it says it's a violation of a couple's assumed or stated contract regarding emotional and or sexual exclusivity.
Oh, okay, Pastor.
Okay. But no, what do you think that means? Or how would you put that in layman's terms?
Wait, say it again.
How would you put that in like layman's terms? That's like another way.
If you got a commitment with somebody and you violate that commitment by doing, I guess, having sex or doing stuff like that with somebody else, that's the way I took that.
Okay, just checking.
What about
That
you?
is what it says. That's what it says. Well, that's what I'm getting. Like, basically, if I said you mine and you said okay, but then you turned around and decided to be somebody else's without any acknowledgement, like, hey, yes, I'm no longer yours. I'm gonna be hanging out with this person, then that's cheating. Like, simple as that. But I do want to acknowledge emotional connection with somebody else. I feel like people can cheat emotionally. Like, you can just be going to someone for emotional pleasure, which is just having someone to confide in outside of your relationship about things that, you should be doing within your relationship to grow closer. You're doing that and sharing that with someone else. I do believe there is an emotional version of cheating.
So that'd be like, what, mental?
Yeah. Like, it's not really like anything physical. You're not meeting up in hallways or nothing like that, but
Always.
in hallways, people be sneaking a little freaky whenever they can, when they cheating. But but I said, like, I mean, like, as far as like emotional, it's like, okay, I'm going through something. Instead of reaching out to the person I'm with, I'm reaching out to somebody else who I should not share close, intimate things with like that. So, I mean, having friends you share close, intimate things with, that's okay. But I think as far as a relationship, there should be a limit to what you're sharing outside of your relationship, even if it regards to your relationship or not. And I say that just because if you're wanting your relationship to grow, having 100% honesty and intimacy, it feeds into that. And if you're being intimate with other people about your problems and sharing it with others, it's kind of making it harder for that to be an exclusive thing with you and that person you're with.
Okay. I don't know. Just don't text that nigga no more.
What you mean?
Nah, I'm just saying that's how I be feeling. So as far as that, I'm gonna ask you this question because I'm gonna ask this a personal question for you. If cheating, okay, is it? How I want to say this? Well, I'm gonna say this one. Is cheating like the end all be all for you?
That is a great question that I can't honestly answer because I've been in situations where I'm like, yeah, you step out on me, I'm out. But those situations I wasn't really 100% in. And then I've been in a situation where I was 100% in, and I kind of let some things slide. I ain't gonna lie. Learning experience. But I think one time a mistake, two times is a habit. I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to stick through you, ride it out. At the same time, depending on the circumstances, like, if the love is there and the determination to make it work, then I can let it slide that one time. But I refuse to be somebody with a man that has an outside baby and hold him down after multiple infidelities. Like, no, thank you. No, thank you.
It ain't for me. It ain't the. It depends, cause like if you cheat on, if I get cheated on, you know what I'm saying, it had happened before. Little big head asshole, but no, but if it happened before, I think it just depends because I look at it like this. Okay, if a dude come up to you and be like, he tells you he cheated, it's different than you catching him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like versus like if he say, yo, I cheated, or a girl be like, yo, I cheated, or something like that, and she just tells you like what happened, and you kind of like, it's like the blow is different, and you like actually walking in on them and catching them. You know what I'm saying? Like he say, you sit you down like, hey, baby, we need to talk. You know, sit down. You know what I'm saying? Or she, hey, honey, we need to talk. Sit down. And she tell you, you know, versus you coming home one day, and then you like, you know, you coming down, he doing a move on her, you know, that he don't do on you. You know what I'm saying? You don't, you know, he don't even hit it like that. You know, I come in there and she jumping on him, and she don't jump on me like that. I got an issue. So I think it just depends on how I'm perceived information as far as it like deal breaker to me. So it'd be one of them things.
So as long as a girl say, hey, you know, I was out there popping that coochie on the handstand, but I'm in love with you, and I'm sorry that I did that on, like, you know, outside of our relationship. You forgive me. You'll forgive her.
What was you popping this coochie on the handstand? And how did this occur? How did you get your hand? How did you get upside down? Who did this? I need to know.
To me, I low-key have a small problem when it comes to giving someone room to lie to you. So it's like, do you really want to ask those questions knowing you may not get the answer when you just know point blank period what happened?
I don't know. I mean, for me, if you cheated, you cheated. It's like, you know, if you tell me, you know, I think them telling you is kind of a way to make it like how I say, soften the blow. Like if I tell them, I can tell them my story. Versus if you caught them, you caught them. You know, they can't lie. So
exactly.
Yeah, so I get what you're saying. For me, I'm just like, you know, and it might change. This is subject to change. So anybody in the future try to run up on me and think this is the motherfucking game. I mean, I forgot I'm on the podcast, child. But if it just I don't know. I'm in my mind state is like everybody can get a second chance, but it depends. Because if your relationship already going downhill and they just cheat and y'all already both on a disconnecting page, then it might be easier to leave then. Hold on, you got the thing echoing.
Do you hear echoing now?
No, you gotta probably take it off speaker because it's echoing. Sorry.
Better?
Yeah, but what I was saying, but this just one of them things is like if you if you already not seeing, we not connecting on a certain level and you cheat, then I'm easy willing to let it go. Like, okay, it was already going downhill. It's like, and you're not even making it better. Or if we on a high note and you cheat, it's like me. I wonder why. I want to know the why behind it and stuff like that. So it depends. It's just all types of scenarios that can happen that make me say yeah, no.
I kind of just feel like especially if I'm really into you and I feel like we're there. Like, I'm the type of person, I don't assume. If I'm there, it's because we've talked about it. We've decided to go there. We made that decision to, like, you know, be in a faithful relationship. So in my mind, if you step outside of that and we're at our best, we're at our strongest, I'm not going to stick around to see what you would do when we're at our worst. Because at that point, I just feel like the respect won't even be there. Like, you probably respect me enough to hide it from me. But if we downhill, you probably won't even care and just openly answer phone calls from other girls in front of me. Like, I think it's just, I can't do too many excuses when it comes to adult accountability. We all know what's up. We already know what's wrong, what's not. That's why we know what to hide and what not to hide when it comes to our decisions we make throughout life. So when it comes to cheating, I mean, I guess the only thing I could forgive is like spur of the moment situation that just happened.
Explain, oh my bad. Ooh, I keep forgetting about this subject. Ooh, what my water at? I got some water earlier. Get my little water. Hold on. Nah, because it's like, I think when you say spirit, because even when I was cheating, it was like, what was that? No, let me. Cause you making me. I ain't even that thirsty. But but it's like if I when I cheated young, I was young anyway, like stupid dumb. I was just, it was like a moment thing. Some was a moment, some was like, I guess you would say get back, or some was like insecurity. It was like a lot in different forms, but it just depends. Like if you say, oh, he took me home and I was just staying the night because I ain't want to, or he just ain't want to drive home or something. See, it depends on what situation your ass in. Because if you just, I don't know. Because I'm the type of, like me, I'm the type of boyfriend, I don't give a damn what you do. If you want to go hang out with your girls or nothing, but if I tell you, call me when you get home, or if you going, like, for instance, you going to the club, for instance, call me when you get to the club. Let me know you're good. Shoot me a text. Okay, when you get home, let me know you're home or anything happened. Because I'm the boyfriend that if anything going wrong or go happen, I get up out my bed, come get you. I'm Superman. I'm your man. That's who you call. But if you got one of these stupid situations where you be like, oh, he took me this, or I was over here and I couldn't reach you. No, that's impossible. Because I know what my spouse said. You should be telling me where you at. So that's why spirit of the moment don't work for me.
So I wasn't thinking in that sense, because that technically is not spur of the moment. That was, let's create a situation in which we can have a situation. Because point blank period, I ain't leaving the club with nobody for the simple fact that I know when I'm lit, it's lit. So it's no point in doing that unless I know I'm going there. And so I just avoid that altogether. Yeah. And I feel like,
party or something, I'm just saying.
Well, I feel like when I say spur of the moment, I mean like, and I guess it's like specific situation, because like maybe if you're like around an ex that you were just so in love with, and there was a slip up, but then at the same time, I guess that would just lead me to believe is things not over between y'all. Like, but I guess that can actually lead me to take a step back, reevaluate the situation that I'm in, reevaluate where we are, and figure out if we move too soon. I think that would be a little bit more calm for me to handle versus a random hookup, because at that point I feel like the respect is just not there. I feel like if you could just randomly hook up with this girl and not care about me, how many more could you have done, versus a one-off situation where you could have got caught with an ex that you never really like had closure, and it was just a slip up. You didn't want them, but it's just
y'all had
probably
connection already.
Something they could have represented for you.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess, are you with the whole? Are you with the whole ex being a friend type thing, or still being cool with your ex type thing?
I'm not a fan of it. Yeah. I really am not, because I think situations like that, just depending on the closeness, I feel like it opens a door for situations like that to happen. If I'm friends with any ex, it's because I never got to the point of deep feelings for them, so it's okay. Like, I know they would never tempt me into doing anything because they never got it from the start. But exes that I've been physical with, that I've had any type of emotion for, I love them from afar. Send prayers and positive energy, but I would never invite them into my life, especially if I have someone. Especially if there's history that keeps begging for a future. I'm definitely not going to entertain it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of on the same boat with that. Nah, that nigga, that nigga can't come around. Even if you're your ex-girlfriend, she can't come around either. Hell no.
I mean, sometimes they just pop up at your house at night.
That is true. I have had that. I have dated I swear to God, I have dated somebody and they ex popped up and I was like, Shraggy? Like, what the fuck going on here? Like, then it's crazy because it made me, I would say the young me would have just shut down the whole shop. I'd have fucked everything up. But the older me was like, I had to look at her and was like, and she was looking like, what the fuck he doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, what you want? He was, I was just stopping by. Well, she good, nigga. I got her from here. But yeah, so I don't know, man. You can't be friends with no ex. I mean,
I feel like there's people that can. I just feel like only in situations where they did not go far. I'm sorry, but if I was once engaged to you, if we ever talked about a future, that's off limits. Yeah. But like a childhood ex that literally was strictly childhood, like holding hands, like no, that's cool. That's perfectly fine. That's before you even knew yourself. So that person, how would that person fit you now when they fit you at a younger age before you knew yourself? So it's like, I can't see that as competition or any issue in the future. But people that kind of know who you are now, that fit you at one point in time recently, nah, bro. You leave them alone, I'm going to leave you alone because I'm not even going to go down that road of secretly feeling jealous of an ex that pops up. Because I think people do feel jealous, they just don't say it.
Yeah. True. But they feel it's a show.
No, some people good at hiding it. Like, sometimes it's just like, you know what? I guess I'm like, okay, I can say me. Like, I can ignore the fact that there's a close friendship with a girl in the picture or there's an ex that seems to continue to pop up, because in my mind I'm like, if something is there, it's going to show eventually. If something is there, it's going to show eventually. And I just kind of like let my anxiety die down on the situation and just peep whatever happens on the situation. I don't know. Cheating is just such a touchy subject because there's so many different things, so many different situations you can say, well, if this happened, I don't know. Well, if that happened, I know I'll do this. But in reality, it's not until you actually walking in them shoes that you know what you do.
I got another question for you. What do you, why do you think people cheat? I give you my answer as well. So
insecurities.
Ooh, well.
I think to a degree it's an insecurity. I feel like some people might not know some people might think they know what they have, and what they have in front of them may intimidate them and make them feel like they might not be able to rise to the standard that the person they're dating holds them to. And so instead they find somebody willing to accept them at their level. And it's kind of like, this person makes me feel whole. This person makes me feel like I'm worthy. Versus the other person that made them feel like I'm incompatible, I'm incomplete because I can't rise to that standard. I can't be that person. I can't better myself to your level because you're just too high up. When in reality, they probably a half step away, but it just seems like a big deal, so you just kind of shy away from it. I think that's part of it. What do you think?
I think it could be insecurities, greed, because people get greedy. They feel like they can have it, cake and eat it too. So they'll probably have their girlfriend like, damn, well, shit, Keisha right there. My girl don't even be tripping. Let me see what Keisha. What's going over here? Like, it could be that, or it could be because they can. Some people they cheat because they just can cheat. They can get away with it because you can get away with something. It's like, why do it? Some girls are not really like over their dude's shoulder like that, or some dudes are not over their girl. Like me personally, I haven't been through a girl phone in years. Like I don't do that, so I'd be a easy candidate to get cheated on because I'm not sitting there lurking over her phone, checking her Facebook, seeing who this guy is, commenting, and all this Instagram stuff. So it's one of the things is because you can. Some people because they're insecure. When I cheated when I was young, it was because I was insecure because I had somebody I thought was, like you said, real up there, and I just didn't meet expectations. And then you got some people that just cheat because they just want more. You know, when I was at a peak of hanging out and being at a certain stature in my life of just being a little popular, but it's one of them things like I got a girl, but I can get her too, and I'm cool with it, you know. So it's like one of the things where it's just like greed, insecurities. It could be loneliness too. They cheat because maybe they partner not, you know, there all the time. Maybe they work a lot, so you might cheat because the other person can't be there all the time, or you know, that person might not be doing what they need to do in bed too. Now we forgot about that part. You know, missionaries get old, nigga. You hunching like an old person now. Like, boy, like,
true.
You hunching like an old person. We ain't got no headboards to give you no confidence.
No, but that low key was why I was tempted a few years ago to step outside of my situation for someone else. Like, bruh, like sex is so basic to me. Sex is about give and take. It's two people involved. I can't simply always pleasure you and never get pleasure back. Because to me, penetration works both ways. You're in me.
Wait, what a dude?
Well, no.
Hold on, cuz. Say,
you see, sometimes
I ain't falling for that one.
Because you just penetration works both ways as far as pleasure. You're feeling pleasure from being inside me. I feel pleasure from you inside me. So I'm saying, like, penetration works both ways.
Okay. Ooh.
So when it comes to like foreplay, because I feel like that lacks in a lot of people, in sex a lot. To be honest, most people are just like, let's get it. Foreplay is major, and I mean, it's like you can do that whole quickie sex for a while, but after a while, it does. It's just dead after a while. Like you do want a little bit more. You do want like, okay, give me some real foreplay. Like, let's just do more than like a good 15 minutes. Like, let's do more. And that situation I was in, it was just kind of like, I literally could tell you every position, how long we would be in those positions. Like, it was so robotic. I could predict the sex. I could fall asleep and wake up at the right time. And literally wake up right at the end. Like, that's how, like, robotic and sad it had gotten. And, I mean, there was someone else out there that I already had been with that let me know, hey, I will not hesitate to do everything I need to do to you to make you happy. And I'm just like, hold up. You're looking kind of pretty over there. Nice little gift with a wrap bow. Okay.
Excuse me.
But I had to realize, like, that's
going a little ratchet real quick. My stuff was going ratchet, so you got to excuse me.
Your stuff going ratchet.
I had hit a button and stuff. Y'all gotta excuse me. This is gonna be a ratchet episode. It's gonna be buttons here and all this stuff because I'm just chilling. Huh? No, not the echoing. Nah, just I had hit a button, so you're gonna hear like a whole bunch of stuff. But I'm just like, I'm chill, y'all. I'm still on vacation. Fuck it. I'm still relaxed. But as far as sex, have I ever cheated? Nah, I ain't never cheated when I was young because sex wasn't good. But I wonder? Okay, quick question: if a person lacks in, because I feel like like as men we kind of are a, you know, as men we don't like, we think beating it up just pleases a girl. Like, yeah, I beat that thing up, and it's like a lot of guys don't. From what I hear from my female friends and other peers, they like, okay, dudes don't pleasure as they think they should, so they thinking they doing it. And then again, it's like, I'd be like, y'all tell them, but then when they tell them, guys don't understand because they think like, they shit don't stink. But it's one of them things where it's like, if your guy's not pleasuring you and stuff and he just can't, how do a person go on in a relationship without that. Like, for instance, if a dude can't pleasure you, do you think you can have a real long-term relationship with them?
I'm still here. I just got real quiet.
I know.
That is a good question. I'm really big on sexual compatibility. Compatibility. I cannot say the word compatibility. There we go. I'm very big on that.
I'm country too.
I'm very big on that though, because I feel like it's a big deal to be in tune with somebody. I feel like everything can be learned. It's just you got to know who you're dealing with. Not all guys you can have that conversation with because of their maturity level. And so, because if you can't have that conversation with them, I don't think it's a long-term situation. Like, but if you can have that conversation, but at the same time, it's just kind of like, I don't see how it can be really one-sided in sex. Like, if you know certain things you do to your partner makes them happy, why aren't you doing it? In my mind, it's like you should just do it because it should be second nature. Like, if you're there not just to catch a nut, and you're actually there in the moment with that person wanting to just please them, then it shouldn't even be a second guess. And that's why I think it wouldn't be a long term, just with the fact that I can clearly tell you don't care for my pleasure, you only care for you. So, like, if you're doing that just with sex, what are you gonna do in a relationship? You only gonna care when you happy and not when I am, or when I need to be happy.
Good take. I'm kind of it ain't gonna lie, it ain't gonna work. I ain't gonna say it ain't gonna work. I would tell a person, like, if I'm dating somebody, I would definitely tell them how to please me. Like, if they slacking in certain areas, I'd tell them. But then it's kind of hard because I ain't trying to say nothing, but this grown folk stuff. So if the vagina ain't good, I don't know how you fix that part. I mean, you can do some. How y'all do it? Kegels, what it called?
Yes,
Kegels, where you do the little muscle relax. I don't know what you call it. If it ain't good down there, it's like how do you? Because it's like the oral sex ain't gonna last that long. I mean, you can do that every night, but then after a while, you be like, bruh, I'm trying to lay some pipes, But after that, it's just like me. I probably could go. As I get older, sex don't mean that much to me as it used to during a relationship. So I'm not saying it can't be good, or if it's bad, I can live with it. But it's one of them things with like my connection with a person as I get older. It's more like, mental, and like, because we can mentally have sex. Sex don't always got to be physical. We can mentally have sex too. We can have a conversation that can be sex to me. It could be actually great conversation that makes me in tune with you and feel where you're coming from. So as I get older, yes, but back then, hell no, we would have a problem. But like you said, it all depends on the maturity level of a person too. Because back then I was very immature, and that would have been a deal breaker in the such. And now that I'm older, that's not as much,
Yeah, sex is a learned experience. It really is. Like, no one their first time around was perfect at it. No matter how they imagine it in their head or told the story to their friends.
All them DVDs, my mom. Oh shoot, let me stop. My mom be on here too.
Let me stop. Nobody.
Let me stop before I get a text message tomorrow morning, and she be like, "Boy, yo, that talk about something." Mama been called up here and be like, "Hey, son, look, I heard what you said." Nah.
She just gonna throw her shoe and it's gonna find its way all the way to you and hit you in the back of the head and then come back.
That's what she better put some sanitizer on it. Make sure ain't no corona on that shit. I ain't falling down.
You said it.
Yeah. So, okay, we talk about that. Now, let's get to the marriage part. And once again, shout out to Matt. My dog had untied that knot.
Congrats.
Yeah, so marriage. Now, infidelity in a marriage. Now, so I'm gonna give you a scenario, 2 scenarios, right? We gonna go off of this. We gonna roll with this one. All right, you married for 2 years, right? And you find out your husband cheated. You just find. Let's say you just go through he a business person. You just go through his email. You read an email of him going to a girl house or whatever, and you know she said, "Did you have fun last night?" And you get a little sexual comments, and you pretty much the email or whatever the case may be shows that they had some type of intercourse, right? 2 years into your marriage, what's your next step?
Okay, first off, I would hope not to be married to someone who communicates through email his sexual conquest. That's just something funny to me.
Some of these niggas old out here, shoot, niggas, man, shoot.
I see.
But I'm saying some type of message.
Or something. But no, it's actually funny that you said that because never mind.
Nah, go ahead. I got the water right here. I should have got some tea. Go ahead.
Well, no, like a few years ago, I met this guy that I was actually seeing for like a few months, and I had been to his place. We had been out. You know, he would always come over to my place. We were like with each other morning, noon, and night, and I just could not understand how months later I found out he was married. And we ended things, you know, but he had actually been married like 2 years, and I thought to myself, like, if I ever had been in a marriage and we couldn't even make it to 2 years with you.
Which is not long at all.
Exactly. It's just a blink.
Yeah.
Considering how long you would want your marriage to last, that is a blink of an eye. To me, it's just the hardest part of a marriage is the first 5 years.
Why you say that? Expound on that. Break that down. Why you feel that way?
No, it's not what I feel. It's actually statistics. Like, the first 5 years is statistics because you're trying to get to a place where you're one person, you're getting your finances together. It's a hard conversation for people to talk about finances, especially when they're so used to just dealing with their money on their own. Most people don't put their finances together, so now they're trying to juggle separate accounts. You're learning to live with each other. You're learning how to deal with each other without having an exit plan, such as your own apartment to go to while they're staying at their apartment. You live together now. It's like a clash of everything, and you're learning how to handle it in those first 5 years. And that's why the first 5 years is really hard. Most marriages don't even make it past year one.
Yeah, well, okay, let me note that down, because she is going to have to, yeah, go ahead.
But most marriages don't make it past year one, and that's the reason why. So it's like the fact that we're in our toughest years, and you couldn't even just focus on our goals, our initial goals once we got married. You out here chasing tail all throughout Orlando. Like, to me, that's a problem. I can say, like, it's one thing if we had been through life, 17 years of marriage, and you may have slipped up because you lost yourself and you probably just needed someone to help you find yourself and you found comfort in someone else. That we could probably try to figure that out. I'd probably even say, let's do therapy. 2 years though? My nigga, your bags is outside. Like, the lock's been changed. My number's been changed. Don't call me. I would praise God if we didn't have kids, because that would be a cleaner cut. And I'm just being honest, because at that point you really just wasted my time. I'm keeping all the wedding gifts, and you owe me back half the deposit for all the things we paid for our wedding. And I'm so serious about that, because you just wasted my time. I'm serious.
Well, I mean, God, the deposit?
Yes. I have to deposit. You lucky I'm going to ask you to give me the full price for everything we paid for to get married. Like, I'm so serious. It just, to me, I feel like there's no excuse for cheating overall.
There isn't.
But if you gon' do it, like, at least hold out as long as you can. Fight every temptation that come your way. Show that your relationship is worth fighting for. If you buckle 2 seconds in, what was the point?
Yeah. It just, it's crazy. Me, I believe in counseling. I think a lot of people really don't. I hear a lot of marriage, and I know a lot of people that have been married, and I know a lot of people that have gotten married, and when they miserable. I ain't gonna lie. I think I tell you that all the time. Like, they'll tell me how miserable it is and stuff that not working and stuff. And I always consider them say go to counseling or something like that. And then it's like she want to go but he don't. He want to go but she don't. And it's just like what are y'all doing? And it's like a lot of people, you know, when I see you messages all the time. It's like a lot of people get married for the wrong reasons, and at the end of the day, it's just like you say, 2 years is short. So I agree with you on everything besides the deposit, because I'm probably be the dude on the end trying to. I ain't trying to pay no half deposit. What you mean, girl?
You owe me back my money I put into the day that started the waste of the last 2 years. Like, yes, you owe me my money back.
Look, man, that money gone. But I wonder. But if it's 10 years, now we gonna have the same scenario minus the email. We gonna use, since that's old school. We gonna say you catch the same stuff on, like, you know, he cheating or whatever the case may be, and it's like 10 to 15 years. Like, your thoughts on that by longer? Like, let's say it just happened now. He hasn't been cheating for 15 years. He just finally cheated like 10 years in.
The fact that we still trying to figure out when it's okay. No,
I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying your thoughts.
I was joking. No, I guess like 10, 15 years in, at that point, we spent a good amount of time together. We've gotten to learn each other. And, I mean, so many years of doing the same routine, I'm pretty sure we probably lost each other in the process. So I would do my due diligence and say, you know what, let's go to counseling. Let's try to find each other again. But if we do go to counseling and we realize that we're just no longer in sync and there's no way we can get back in sync, deuce it. If we find our way back in sync and then you do it again, deuce it. If we get back in sync and it's everything's cool from then on, happy marriage.
Yeah. Not no dumbass Will Smith and Jada Thompson goddamn bad marriage.
No.
Slap them inside their goddamn head.
With them, that is what they decided. This is how they gonna ride out their marriage, and that's them. Every marriage is different, so I'm not gonna judge no one's marriage, especially when they're on the same page. Because there's people out here with open marriages and not jealous at all when they man sleeping with somebody else and their wife going out for a Thursday visit. That's cool.
You said Thursday visit on week, nigga. You say Thursday visit.
Couples that have a certain night that they are open.
It probably is. Would you have an open relationship?
I'm too clingy. I'm too territorial. Like, I would not want nobody touching with mine.
Hell no, I ain't no open nothing. Open the door and shut that bit behind you, girl. What's wrong with you? Nah, I'm cool on that. I don't think I can do open relationship because I'm just too old school, man. So it's like I just can't do that or whatever. Even if like the girl I'm talking to say, hey, I can bring another girl in. I'm like, bro, I'm past that. Like I had that before. That's threesomes. I did that in my lifetime. I'm cool on that. Once was enough.
Threesomes and open marriages are
no, I'm saying, like, even if she want to bring them every Thursday, since that's the date. Every Thursday, you want to bring Lil Quanda over here? And I'd be like, nah, I'm good on Lil Quanda.
What did you say you can watch?
I don't want to watch her, Lil Quanda. I'm going to get jealous. Rubbing up all over my stuff. Lil Quanda, get your ass out. Sure. Leave the bottle. We're gonna use that.
I mean, low-key, though, that does seem like, the thing right now. I don't know if it's a trend or if this is something that's been going on since our mama's grandparents' days.
I wish
but it does seem like a trend where they are bringing in a lot of relationships are starting to bring in a third, and I'm just like, okay.
Why do you think they do that? You think just because it helps?
I don't know. One of my closest friends does that from time to time.
Oh, do tell. Give me that tea.
No. I've never asked in detail because...
Oh, we have part 2 again. We need to hear about this.
I try not to be a person to judge because I'm not in the situation, so I can't judge you for your decisions. Look, me personally, I feel like most relationships that do that are relationships that are dying.
Oh, that sucks.
And instead of, popping out a baby and being locked with each other for the rest of their lives, they're just like, hey, let's add a third and spice things up.
I can't do the third, man. I can't do
It's
the
just
third.
because I just can't see how you could be okay. I mean, it could be that your girl, she might be, bi, and she might miss having a girl's touch. And so you bring in a third because you're like, okay, well, we could both have her. That's cool. That's other situations as well, like where, the girl's just like, hey, I miss a girl's touch. I'm with you, but I do want another girl, and I don't want to cheat on you, so let's bring someone in.
But then what about the girls that be like, yo, babe, I've been dealing with your little issue for a long time. And, I ain't saying it ain't good, you know what I'm saying? But, Jody down the street, he keep checking the mailbox with them gray joggers on. Nah, but then if a girl want to bring another guy in, every nigga gonna be like, hell no. That ain't.
I don't see what is with that double standard? Let's go through double standard, because, like,
I don't know. Me personally, I don't want a girl with mine, or I don't want to bring a guy in to help me. I don't need no damn help. If I need some damn help, I'm finna go to goddamn the Pipe Dreams, Fair Villa. I'm finna get all the help we can.
Oh my god!
I'm finna bring all these weapons and artillery. What?
Did you just say your website?
No, I ain't got no sex website. I ain't saying, but I'm finna go. I'm weak. We finna go to one of these sex stores, and we finna get all the artillery and armor we need to make this thing work. Okay, just keep the grown folk toys away from kids' toys. Make sure I'm getting confused. Other than that, nah, I'm not bringing another dude in. I don't need another woman. We gonna work this out. We gonna get some batteries. We gonna get some all this stuff together.
But do you think? Well, I guess when it's you and just your partner experimenting with toys, it doesn't mean like you're trying to spice things up, like you're dying as far as a relationship. I guess you're just making things fun.
Just being a little kinky. Just probably because that person probably not been like, let's say the girl might not been supposed to open up to them type of things, and she might be curious, and a dude might bring them in, or a dude might be like, nah, I ain't with that, but then she might be like, let's just try it. It might help him out, shoot, I mean, it just depends on the two people connection. So, I don't know. You ain't bringing on that nigga up in here, tall ass nigga. He probably light skinned too. Oh, hell, now get your ass out too.
Well, what's wrong with the light skin?
Man, get that waffle colored nigga out of here. That nigga gotta go. You too, what that girl name, what I said her name was? Bone Quisha, one of them damn girl. You gotta go too. Everybody get out. Even the kids, y'all go to your mamas.
Is it the mom the one you trying to do?
Nah. I ain't having no damn kids. But look, that was pretty good. But I just at the end of the day, I just want to tell everybody, if you ain't working out with your partner before you cheat, just leave, man. Don't damage a person more than what it is. If it's going downhill and things are not looking up to y'all and y'all just feel like it's not gonna work, just leave that person before you do any more damage or hurting them and cheating and stuff like that. Just if you try to work it out with them, but it's like Shawn say, it's never a excuse for cheating. So that's my take on it. That's gonna be my closing. You got a closing you want to give out to somebody? You want to give a little advice to some people?
I'm just say karma is very, very big, and karma's a bitch. She will come at the least expected time. You think, oh, I cheated on that girl I dogged out a few years ago, they gonna come back, and now you in this perfect relationship, and the girl you with dogging you. I'm just saying, put out good karma will come back to you. Let's stop breaking people's hearts for our own insecurities and our own issues that we have not dealt with. Let's deal with them or stick to ourselves. If you are not emotionally available, stop acting like you are. And then love will come your way when you are ready. That's all I have to say.
It's so crazy, girl. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for giving me a little time to put you on here and stuff like that. I appreciate you, and I value your opinion, and thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and listening to the podcast. Shout out to my girl Shawn, man, for tuning in and just coming up in here having a good, decent conversation and vibing with your boy. and stuff like that. And appreciate you guys for waiting around and, you know, tuning in, subscribing like always. And just, you know, hope y'all have a great day, man, and have a blessed one. Everybody stay safe. Wash your hands. I ain't gonna lie, we did this podcast late, so I'm about to head to Gyros where they be closed. Go get me some meat, some wings, you know what I'm saying, some curly fries, some mild hot wings. I know I shouldn't be eating this time of night, but hey, my diet don't start next month, so I'm gonna holler at y'all next podcast, man. Everybody stay safe, man. Peace.